Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of Checks and Balances TV. Today's program is entitled The Ultimate Vacation, Destination, Retirement. But first, let's see how today's news may impact your financial future. The unemployment rate continues to creep back up. For the third month in a row, the rate has increased and stood at 9.1% for the month of May. Employers added just 54,000 new jobs in May, falling pitifully short of the three-month average of 220,000 new jobs per month. The number of new unemployment claims unexpectedly increased the first week of June and found over 400,000 Americans claiming unemployment benefits for the ninth week in a row. This appears to be reinforcing a strong view that the job market recovery has unfortunately stalled. Okay, so what's really going on here? Let's check the facts using our checks and balances process. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the total available U.S. civilian labor force was close to 154 million people in May. Of that number, 13.9 million are considered unemployed, or 9.1% of the labor force. In addition, 361,000 people in May went from being unemployed to being considered long-term unemployed because they've been jobless for 27 weeks or longer, making the total number of people who are long-term unemployed at 6.2 million, or 3.8% of the American labor force. The underemployed, or those persons who want to work full-time but have settled for part-time work due to the economy, is approximately 8.5 million people. And the marginally attached, or those who were not counted as unemployed because they have not searched for work in the 4 weeks preceding the survey, stood at 2.2 million. The growth in unemployment benefit applications is a telling sign that the economic recovery has stalled. Economists had forecasted that new unemployment applicants would continue to drop. But after reaching an 8-month high in April of 478,000 applications in a single week, the number of new applicants has held steady at 400,000 plus per week ever since. In order to lower the unemployment rate, many economists say the country needs to generate 300,000 to 400,000 new jobs per month. As a result of this new unemployment news, combined with increasing prices for food and energy, the Conference Board's Consumer Confidence Survey fell to a 6-month low in the month of May. So now that we've checked the facts, let's balance this news using our checks and balances process to determine what action you should take today. The U.S. labor force is the total number of those who are willing and able workers, whether they're employed or not. It does not include, however, those who are eligible for employment but elect not to work. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, 24.26 million people were either unemployed or underemployed in the month of May. Of those currently employed, 6.7 million workers are 65 years of age or older. In 2001, just 4.2 million workers in the labor force were 65 years old or older. And 30 years ago, in 1981, less than 3 million people in the labor force were 65 or older. The number of age 65 plus workers in today's workforce is a larger percentage today than it was 30 years ago, as does the number of those 65 and older claiming unemployment benefits. More than 6% of today's unemployment claims come from those 65 years old or older, which is 3 times the amount of claims from the same age group just 10 years ago. The fact is that workers over 65 years old are sticking around the workforce much longer than they used to. This could be attributed to many things, and for some of the same reasons that consumer confidence is down again, such as rising prices for food and gas, the still troubled real estate market, and the continuation of high unemployment rates. As a result, many would-be retirees continue to work and save what they can. And to compound the problem, many laid-off workers in their 50s and 60s are having a tough time even finding a part-time job to hang on to. The Consumer Confidence Survey reports that a 90 on the survey would indicate that consumers were confident that the economy was healthy. That number, however, has not been seen since before the recession officially began in December of 2007. As for the current consumer confidence number, it fell from 66% in April to only 60.8% in May. Okay, so what's the bottom line here? The magical age of 65 isn't what it used to be. Just 10 years ago, people used to retire when they hit 65. But now, not only do they not retire, they have to stay in the labor force, even if it's only part-time. They need the money now to live on and don't have nearly enough saved to enjoy a comfortable retirement. According to a recent survey by Boston College, nearly half of all baby boomers expect to work at least 5 years longer than they had originally planned, and for a number of different reasons. More than 2/3 of those workers cite health care coverage as their reason to delay retirement. 3 in 5 attribute the delay to too much debt. Others cannot sell their homes in the current market and were planning on using their homes as a main source of retirement savings. Others have tapped into their 401ks prematurely, and some are part of the sandwich generation, helping their parents in retirement and their children in college. For whatever reason boomers delay retirement, it most often boils down to one big problem: having enough money. And very few retirees have a retirement job because they want one. The only way to truly make those golden years golden is by saving enough gold or money to last throughout your retirement years. And now for Matt's weekly financial tip, tool, or technique. On your journey to and through retirement, it's important to create an income stream that will be sufficient throughout your retirement years. Today's financial lesson is on how to make the most of what you have saved and how to create and maximize an income stream for life. So here's tip number 1. Make sure your nest egg is properly invested. When you're near or entering retirement, you typically need to make changes to your portfolio. Aligning your portfolio to your current retirement goals is essential. And there are many types of investments to choose from. Some have guarantees like a monthly pension, while others are very aggressive and risky. Your situation and goals will determine how you should be invested and in what type of investment vehicles will help you reach your retirement destination. Tip number 2, expect inflation. Since 1950, we have experienced almost 800% inflation. When most of the boomers were born, gas was just 27 cents. Milk was 82 cents. Bread was 14 cents. And stamps only 3 cents. Today we're paying more than $3.50 for a gallon of gas, more than $3 for a gallon of milk, close to $2 for a loaf of bread, and 42 cents for a first-class stamp. Is this increase for basic needs factored into your retirement plan? If not, the decreasing value of the dollar may leave you short in retirement. Be sure to account for inflation and create a plan to give yourself a pay raise when planning your finances in retirement. And tip number 3, plan for a long retirement. People are living longer than ever before today, so be sure your money lasts longer too. Take into account the potential duration of your retirement when planning your income stream. When you do retire, you're going to need about 70% of your pre-retirement income to maintain your current standard of living. And no one wants to consider going back to work once they retire, but for many, it's an unpleasant reality. So consider financial products that offer guaranteed income solutions for the duration of your retirement. The more you plan now, the less you'll have to worry about in the future while you're enjoying your ultimate vacation. In this week's CBTV poll, we're asking Americans an important question. How concerned are you about running out of money in retirement? Log on to answer this poll at www.checksandbalances.tv. And while you're on the site, be sure to watch our newest video in the Lighter Side of Finance series. It's entitled, What Am I Supposed to Do with This Prospectus? It's a funny look at most 300 to 400 page prospectuses and what most people end up doing with them. And finally, remember that only you can control your financial future. You can succeed. You just need confidence and determination. I'm Matthew J. Reddick from Checks and Balances TV. Until next week, dump debt, invest wisely, believe in yourself, and make it happen.